I'm a conservative, so we're going to celebrate Pride together. I absolutely love the I'm a conservative meme.
Same here.
So it's Pride Month first, so all the companies are slowly changing over their profile pictures from the BLM fist to the Pride logo, because I'm done playing with that now. I'm going to play with the other toy instead. So the first thing here I want to just bring up was Lego. Lego have decided to get on this. How have they done it? They've not just done a little logo. No, they've created a new set here for Pride. You can see there you've got all the rainbow colours of the traditional Pride flag.
Who gets to be the blue?
And then there's blue, pink, and white. I think blue is meant to represent men, pink, women, and white, non-binaries, something like that. Not white people.
I like the way they've got the orange representation.
Yep, and
don't want to leave Trump and his supporters out of this.
Yellow. I don't know if that's meant to be a race, because the last two they've added on there are black and brown to represent black and brown people.
I can't. They even got Trump's hairstyle right. In fact, look at the orange guy. He's even got Trump's hair.
Well, is someone playing 4D chess there? They've actually done Trump. Anyway, so the next thing here is just Blue's Clues. This was amazing. So Blue's Clues, the kids show, decided to do a segment in which they celebrated Pride, and oh good God, it was not good. So they had this song from, I presume, trans or drag host, singing about the different families that were coming down on the Pride parades.
Okay,
and then,
groomer.
And then singing about how wonderful these different families are. So if you can go to the next link here, this is just a Twitter link. If we can play it, but we're not going to do the audio, just so you can see what's on screen there. This one that we're looking at right now is a trans beaver with his.
It's.
What do you call them? What's a polite word for?
What's a polite word for a trans beaver? I don't know.
No, breasts. There we are. It has its breasts cut off.
Oh yeah, it's got the scars. Yeah.
And they're celebrating that. So the artist made sure to put the scars in there, which
you don't want to be without those scars.
Just weird. Anyway, there's also a BLM symbol on her microphone. There's also on some of the flags they have BLM symbols. There's an owl character who's lesbian and also wearing a hijab. So we have the
whole thing
homosexual Muslims in this. Sorry. It's so ridiculous. Where it's like it's almost like a parody.
Yes.
Of the Pride.
I was going to say that it's the least aesthetic thing I've ever seen. If I wanted to create a parody of it, I would probably make it something like this.
I mean, this really is what you'd pick, and also the fact that that everything's celebrating, and it's all in kids' atmosphere, as you show us the beaver with the breast removed is just weird. Anyway, so like some of the lyrics are like ace, bi, and pan grown-ups. You can see them love each other so proudly, and it's like I don't even know what half of those words mean. What is ace? I know what bi means. I don't know what pan is or ace. God knows. Anyway, so I just wanted to mention the Muslims. They warned us about this. So we go to the next link. So, just memory TV. Before their time. Anyway, so let's go to the next.
They're not wrong, are they?
So we go to the next one here. This is just Pride Month. I see Liz Truss was trending because they were celebrating Pride here. So it's Pride Month, open brackets, except inside the head of Liz Truss, close brackets.
It's 1/4 of the Pride swastika.
Yeah, that's the Pride swastika flag there. So if you're wondering about Liz Truss, what her crime is, so we go to the next one. We mentioned this before, but I thought let's play it again because it's funny. So we go to the clip with Liz Truss talking about do women have vaginas or not? And the answer that she gives is...
Is it fair to say
yes.
that a woman has a vagina?
Women do have vaginas, Nick.
It's honestly like a clip from Brass Eye. Just women do have vaginas. Okay, thank you. We weren't sure.
I love the wording as well. Is it fair to say that women have vaginas? As if you could say anything else.
But I like the way you've got it. This is what they've done to us. Yes, this is what they've done to us. We have to discuss whether women are the ones who have vaginas now because of the radical left.
God. I mean, where are we? I suppose we'll ask Tom Harwood. Anyway, so we go to the next one here. This is just the Entertainment Weekly. Every Pride Month, I remember the Entertainment Weekly's amazing obligatory Pride Month profile with EW as their logo. Literally says EU with the Pride symbol. This was last year or something, 2017. Yeah, they didn't think that one through. And you remember that Bethesda also had the same sort of problem. So we go to the next link here. There's just Bethesda listing. You see Bethesda France, Brazil, Bethesda all Pride. Bethesda Russia, not so much.
Bethesda Middle East. What's TR?
I don't know. It's Lord Voldemort, I guess. This is a Bethesda approach. Anyway, but yeah, it's Pride Day in the Anglosphere, but outside the Anglosphere, you might want to cut that. So... Happens every single year without fail, and this year is no exception, of course. So the best thing I've seen is you go to the next one, which is BMW. So there should be a BMW link in there, which is just that BMW. So this is after this. So yeah, you see BMW there. Diversity is embedded in our DNA. It enriches us and keeps our minds open to change. This month and throughout the year, hashtag Pride Month. And then BMW Pride logo, BMW Saudi Arabia, not today.
Maybe it's because they use a different calendar in Arabia, and there's next month that's Pride Month, Callum. Have you considered?
Yeah, I'm sure in the Islamic calendar they have a different month section off of Pride Month. In the year 605 or whatever god it is.
Yeah, which month is Pride Month in the Islamic calendar? That's a really good question.
I'll have to consult the Quran.
That's a question I really want answers to.
BMW, if you can enlighten us. I mean, with the irony being as well, BMW, a company that used slave labor during the Holocaust, exclusively made engines for the Nazis. Like, they've apologized for this in the past, but I noticed how Volkswagen have kept their mouth shut with this Pride. No Pride logo on there, because they're like, I don't really want to talk about our past.
Just goes against their founding principles.
But BMW, I don't know. I mean, the 50,000 slaves they used from the Holocaust, not so concerning to them, I guess. So also is the British. The British are also doing cringe. God. So the Conservative government, because we're all conservatives here. So this is the account. So you can see gov.uk and HM Treasury, just random government accounts on Twitter, using the Pride symbol for behind. But not Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs or the Cabinet Office. They decided to buck the trend of just using the Pride symbol. They've gone with the racial Pride flag. As you mentioned, the swastika Pride flag. If you make 4 of them together, it makes a swastika. And as you can see, the black and brown stripe in there being for racial groups.
And transgenders.
Yeah, but I gotta wonder, like, because it's all about sexuality, or at least that's what Pride's meant to be about, like, you sexually identifying as black? Like, not racially identifying as black, but sexually identifying as black. So I don't know, it makes your schlong longer or something. I don't know, it's like the Cabinet Office.
Just deeply disappointing on Tinder. This white guy turns up, well, I sexually identify as a black guy.
Well, I'm not racially identifying as black. I'm not Rachel Dolezal, but sexually I'm black. Oh boy.
It's a flag for Sean King.
But just the different people who run these accounts, like, it's not unified, as you can see. There are different people running them, and in the Cabinet Office, they've gone with racial pride. Whereas in the Treasury, they're just going with normal pride.
Conservatives, what you need to do is create some sort of directive that forbids any of this, forbids changing any of this for any kind of political activism at all, for any reason whatsoever. And that's the fair way to do this.
Yeah. I mean, if I was running any of these accounts, the standard should be that if there is a public holiday in this country, we will celebrate that, and that's it.
Yeah, sure.
So St. George's Day or things like this. It's like, that's a British holiday. Here's the celebration. Here's your little graphic for all the people who want it. And then nada.
But even then, I could see people objecting to that and be like, okay, well, fair, this is...
How dare we celebrate our own holidays and that's it?
Well, yeah.
But why are you celebrating my foreign holidays?
Well, exactly. but I could see people objecting to it. And so the easy answer is say you don't celebrate anything. You don't change it. You just leave it because it's a bloody government account. It's not like a fun thing. It's professional. But anyway.
It's either nothing or British holidays. That's the two options. Anything else outside of this is the incorrect decision. I mean, particularly the racial pride flag Cabinet Office.
The Conservative government are probably going to make these British holidays at some point.
God.
So this is why it should be nothing.
Yeah, ideally nothing. I do actually agree. Because it's the same with the police.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one thing for political parties, but for non-partisan organisations, I mean, like the Cabinet Office here is just meant to represent the Cabinet Office, the civil servants. In which case, no, you can't.
Which are meant to be an apolitical institution. Same with HM, all of these, the government accounts, the government institutions, they're meant to be apolitical. That is disgusting and deeply Islamophobic.
So if we go to the next one, this should be the Conservative Party. Of course, they're celebrating Pride Month because they're a conservative, but. They're doing it exactly as you'd expect. A little logo there saying Happy Pride Month, and then the text.
The rainbow conservative flag.
As Pride Month begins, we celebrate the positive contributions made to the UK every day by the LGBT plus community. I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? They don't think for a second. Like, they're not going to treat gay people as individuals who just happen to be gay. Nah, you're part of the collectivized alphabet people. I mean, this just Labour ideology. We've collectivized the gay into a group. We're going to give them an alphabet, and that's all they are. They can't be people. They're gonna be LGBTs.
I just love the way that Labour are raising the black flag and the Conservatives are raising the pride flag, and I'm just like, what the hell is going on? Like,
I don't know who's subverting who.
Yeah, it's just
God.
Embarrassing. If I was a conservative, I would be really embarrassed.
Yeah, so the next one here is just my response to it, and I've clipped this clip from yesterday because I think it's fantastic. And I think it's the perfect thing to use against these kinds of nonsense posts, so let's play it.
Hey, conservatives, do you remember that you're conservatives? God!
It's going to get a lot of use. Okay, I'm going to be using that one a lot anyway.
Hate it.
Yeah, so we go to the next one, which is just what's happening in Labour land. So in Labour land, of course, they're also celebrating Pride, but if you can scroll up here, you can see their post in which they're using exactly the same rhetoric, because of course they are. You know, the Labour Party stands with LGBT plus people.
How do I know that that's not actually a conservative activist operating the Labour Party's Twitter account? I don't. It's basically the same thing, just with the logo at the bottom changed.
Yeah. We've collectivized the gay into a group, given them an alphabet. That's all they are. Can't be individuals. Can have a judgment on that. It's the group characteristic that's important. So says the Conservatives. But I love the response here from Keir whatever, you know, some Palestinian flag socialist, presumably. So he says, prove it. Support Stonewall and suspend Rosie Duffield. So Stonewall being the obvious thing of they've gone to the point where they're accusing everyone who thinks that women are women as anti-Semites. Stunning and brave. So they're getting put up against the wall by the Conservative government, which, okay, fair enough. Liz Truss. Liz Truss, the only good Conservative around. Okay, apart from Kemi Badenoch and, as you mentioned, Dominic Raab. But she's solid on this.
Philip Davies is pretty good too.
Philip Davies, based as well. Great guy. So,
but look, we've got literally one hand's worth of good Conservatives.
Like we've got like 300 of them, like Conservative MPs.
No, like 380 of them.
Exactly. I mean, there should be some spades, just amazing people, but not huge numbers. So the thing here they're saying about Rosie Duffield, though, you might not know who she is. I do, because I used to live in Canterbury, and she's the MP for there. I hate her because she's awful. But she's a TERF MP.
Ooh.
So that's the only redeeming feature she's got, which is that she believes women are women. When I wrote her about Count Dankula, incidentally, she just ignored my physical mail, emails, and phone calls. So screw her.
Wow,
I really didn't want to listen to me. So that's why I'm particularly angry at her. But also, she's against race mixing, which is weird. So this is Guido Fawkes here reporting, and I remember when this happened. So I was disappointed to see that Canterbury's latest venue, Tokyo Tea Rooms, took such a culturally insensitive approach on their opening night last weekend. You can scroll down here. I'm really pleased to see that student representatives from Kent Union and Canterbury Christchurch University have spoken out against this nightclub and discouraged students from attending. What was their crime? Cultural appropriation. Why? Because a couple of white girls have been hired as presumably, you know, waitresses or mascots.
Oh, how
and
awful.
they dressed up as geishas. So they put white paint on them, on their face, and got a
Sorry,
fan out.
a couple of white girls did whiteface. And that's bad.
I mean,
If they're not entitled to do it, who is? Why can't we be like Japan? That's really offensive to our culture.
Can black guys get the shoe polish out? Is that okay? I mean, that's a question.
Are you going to raise an issue about it?
I mean, you're being racially insensitive to yourself. But this is cultural appropriation because they dared to wear kimonos and wear makeup. I mean, really brain dead individual. I really can't stand her. I mean, how dare you race mix? How dare you interact with different cultures? Stay in your own culture. You know, ein Volk, Labour. It's so ridiculous.
We have a cultural apartheid for a reason, did you not know? God.
Anyway, so if you're wondering what this might be about, I have a bit of a hint, though, which is if you go to the next link, if you just look up Tokyo Tea Rooms, everyone should visit, by the way, seems all right, you can see on their website, Conservatives took a picture there. There seems to be some kind of Conservative event, presumably Conservative Party having a meeting or a speech or summon. And that's their real crime, isn't it? They dare to give free speech to the opposition. They dare to have someone there who disagreed with you.
Platform the opposition. Of course they're bad.
Yeah, but anyway, so that's Conservative Pride Month, and God, it's going to go on all month. So that's going to be fun.
If you happen to be a member of the Conservative Party, by the way, just paid up member, do send them an email complaining that they are allowing themselves to be subverted by communists. Because Pride Month is not going to come as any great surprise that Pride Month is obviously deeply rooted in communist activism in America.
Yeah,
instantly.
I mean, it's a collectivist worldview.
Well, yeah, but like the original activists who began it after the Stonewall riots, who continued on with it, were of course radicals. So they're a bunch of commies. And it's like, okay, well, great. Why is this a communist import from America? The Conservatives are like, yay, we're so in favour of this. We've got a little pride flag. Why? It's nothing to do with Britain. It's nothing to do with your ideology or worldview. What are you doing?
It's got nothing to do with gay tolerance or gay acceptance either. It is entirely to do with collectivist ideology. which is why they collectivize the groups into the little alphabets, and why the alphabet never ends.
Well,
Why do you think they're always adding on letters and then gave up and just put a plus at the end?
There's no limit to the unionization of it, is there?
Yeah. So, yeah. I'm a conservative. Just love doing that.
If you enjoyed this segment from the podcast of the Lotus Eaters, you can watch the full broadcast live every weekday at 1 p.m. UK time on lotuseaters.com.